Y'all, I cannot think. I swear to God, I swear to God. Is it just me, or do y'all be having these problems too? It's an amazing day. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Andrea, and on this channel we talk about all things related to mature living for the single woman over 50. In today's video, I'm going to be reflecting on the first month of this new year. If you've been here before, you know that I like to go over the month, some things I've, experienced, went through, favorites, moments, lessons, all the things. Now, what I'm doing differently this year is I am specifically tracking my monthly review, if you will, or reflections in a journal. So I've decided to do that this year, and also make it fun, because what I found out is when I was reviewing my year and trying to capture what I did outside of going through my, pictures and things like that, I didn't have all of my things in one area. Does that make sense? Maybe it doesn't, but I just figure at least I'll have it, all of my monthly reviews, if you will, in here. And I can just pick it up and look through and say, hey, I read that book. Hey, I did this. Hey, I did that. Versus things being all over the place, right? Because a lot of times when I review, I go back through my camera and photos as a reminder of the year. And, I'll do a yearly recap via pictures, right? But I thought this would be a pretty cool way to be able to reflect on the year. So this won't be a long video, but matter of fact, just stay tuned and okay, just rock with me. So here we go. Okay, so January 2026 month in review. The first thing is movies. So we did see the movie His and Hers on Netflix. I'll post a picture here. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's a pretty cool thriller about a couple. The wife was sort of a reporter, anchor of a news station. The husband was, I believe, a detective or sheriff in the town, and there was a death, and all the interrelational things that go along with. I'm so not good at talking about movies. Let me just scratch that. His and Hers, good movie. Check it out on Netflix. How about that? I'm just really not good at recapping movies and sometimes books. I'm a little better at books, but not with the movies. His and Hers, thriller, Netflix. Check it out. The second thing was show. That's my other category of shows. Any shows that we've gone to, I've seen, or watched on television live, or anything like that. And right at the end of the month, I went to the comedy club and saw Marlon Wayans, right? Remember the Wayans family from In Living Color and all of that. So he was a comedian down in Virginia Beach, and so me and Mr. Carolina went to see him right at the end of the month. And so that was pretty funny. I mean, Mr. Carolina didn't think he was that funny. I thought he was funny, personally. So that was good. But before I go into any other categories, can I just say, again, Costa Rica, everything, Pura Vida. Pura Vida, okay? That was the travel of the month. Top travel was Costa Rica. Mr. Carolina and I went from January 1st to the 5th. And it was in Guanacaste, Costa Rica. We had an amazing time. If you haven't watched the video, I did a vlog with some clips in there. But that was an amazing experience. It was the first time I was able to use my passport. Many years ago, I have gone out the country. I've been to Canada before, and I've been to the Bahamas, and that was before passports were necessary for Canada and or Bahamas. So I just got my passport last year. Was able to exercise it already in this year. So really excited. Had a wonderful time. All the things. We also went to Connecticut to see my mom, so we were up there mid-month, and while we were there, it was snowing the whole time we were there, and leaving and driving home. Right? So monthly travel for January was Costa Rica and Connecticut. The food of the month or drink of the month was the Costa Rican coffee. I think I talked about it in my vlog. When we went to Costa Rica, we were able to see the the plants that, you know, harvest the coffee beans, and they gave us not a tour. What am I looking for? Yeah, I'm sorry, menopause brain. You know, they share with us how the beans are grown and all the little tidbits about the coffee. And the beautiful thing is the coffee is so smooth. I mean, it's strong, but it's smooth. And a little fun fact, darker roast has less caffeine. I didn't know that. I thought darker roast meant more caffeine. Yeah, I know I'm a coffee girl. But anyway, drink of the month, Costa Rican coffee. I did not read I read but did not complete any books in January. Really close, but did not complete. So we'll shoot for this month. The other category that I think I added, I don't know if I've said this before, but we've added in our little circle here, is self-care. So January was fun and full of self-care for your girl. I had a massage. When did I have my facial? I had a massage. I had a facial, pedicure, fill in. You know, I do that pretty regularly. But the biggest thing was, I've been using ClassPass, and I talked about that in some of my vlogs as well, for a trial session of the month. So I was able to do a yoga class, hot yoga, and a rowing class. I consider all that self-care, exercise, or whatever. So that has been great. So it was a good month where I was able to, you know, focus in, y'all, I cannot think. I swear to God, I swear to God. Is it just me, or do y'all be having these problems too? Connection error, pause. Okay. Self-care, on point. Boom. Next category. Memorable moments were obviously the Costa Rican trip. That was huge. Nothing else to say. Beautiful, 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 every ounce. And I just love hanging out with Mr. Carolina. We just vibe so well, have from the very beginning, have so much fun, so much in common, easy to get along with. Just now, let's talk about lessons learned. Always important to reflect. It is always important to gain something from every season, every step of life, in my opinion. Especially as a maturing woman, you know, we, at this stage, like, sometimes I just sit back and think about all my experiences, my life experiences, the good, the wonderful, the bad, the ugly. And when you get to this season in life, be proud, because we know a lot. There's a lot of wisdom. Now, how we act and use that wisdom can vary from person to person, but I will say that when you've lived a while, there are just some things you experience that only time gives. And it doesn't mean that you personally had to experience something, but a lot of times if we haven't experienced a particular challenge or a particular success ourselves, we may know someone who has experienced a particular success or a negative situation in their life or whatever. And so that's what age brings. It brings wisdom. And now I understand a lot of times it's not even worth talking about certain things. It's not even worth arguing. It's not even worth discussing. Because when you know, you know. If you know, you know. Comment down in the comment section. But anyway, lessons learned. Number one, give yourself grace. I was really hard on myself when I looked over my 2025 goals and reviewed them. You guys know I took care of my mom. Like the first half of the year was really devoted to my mom and care and up and down the highway, and she was here with me and all the things. If you're new to the channel, go back and watch some of the videos and you'll see. And what an honor, right? What a beautiful experience to have my mom here in my home with me every day. My mom is a vibe, okay? So she's 85, she's turned 86, but she is mentally on point, sharp as a whip. She is so much fun. Great personality, great sense of humor. And you know, as she was recovering from her leg break and her arm break, she was here with me for, I think it was like, I calculated like 99 days or something. And then it was almost like the second half of the year was almost sort of recovery, right? In a lot of different ways for myself. And with that being said, just as a whole, when I set out and wrote my goals out for 2026, there were a lot of things I just did not accomplish. Some based on just my life, some just intentionally I didn't do, or unintentionally, but you know, I didn't focus on. And I was a little upset with myself. I was a lot upset with myself because that's just kind of my personality. Like, I'm a check off girl. I've done a lot. And so I had to like sit with myself for a minute and pray about it and learn to give myself grace. Everything, let me pause that. We can't control everything. And there are going to be seasons of life that are unexpected, that is going to change the course, change the direction, or pause the race, right? And so it's okay to pause. Now, I didn't feel that way initially. I'm just gonna keep it 100, right? That's just my personality. But I'm learning to give myself grace. I'm learning to give myself grace and time, and also to be patient with myself. So I'm really still working on that. And that just comes from a lot of history, a lot of experiences with different things. And then I also think that sometimes, let me know if you feel the same way, as we're getting older, there are things we want to do. You know what I mean? Right? You want to accomplish. And there's almost like this little clock running out in the back of my mind, I guess. Not that I'm intending to leave this earth anytime soon, but I think y'all might understand what I'm saying. Okay? And then the second lesson is that I learned is that you have to strengthen and keep your boundaries, and whatever those are for you. And sometimes it's tough to create boundaries in your life, even if they're for yourself. I do a lot of talking about that because oftentimes we think about boundaries for other people. We don't want other people to do this to us and to do that to us. But a lot of times we need to create boundaries for ourselves. I mean, we need to say, this is not something I'm going to participate in, because if I keep doing this, I'm going to get this result. It's not even about other people. Sometimes it's about us, right? If I respond this way, if I allow my emotions to act this way, or if I get angry in this way for certain things, whatever that may be. But we have to keep our boundaries that we have put up for others, and also the ones that we have for ourselves. And so we have to strengthen those. We have to keep them and be okay with them. And usually when boundaries affect other people, a lot of times people aren't happy with the boundaries that you set, and that's okay. Boundaries are very important, as I said, for ourselves and for others, period. If you want a video on boundaries, I'd love to come back and talk about it. But it has taken me years to get to a certain space, not only to create boundaries for myself, because that's very important, but also boundaries for other people. And so those are the two lessons that I learned as I reflect back on January. No, January was good. Welcome to 2026, okay? And I'd love to hear a couple of your goals. And so let me also share, I didn't write it down, but of course I have a a mirage of things I want to do this year. But for the month of February, my main goal is to finish and publish my book, right? The 7th book. I am revising my first book that I wrote, Suddenly Single, which was published in February of 2016. And the goal is to complete and republish it before month's end. So I am working fervently on that. And that is the biggest goal. And that's all I'm going to share here this month on this video. Because if I do that, we're good. I just wanted to pop in. Would love to hear some of your experiences for the month of January. The other thing, we've been getting snow and ice like you wouldn't believe here in Virginia. This is absolutely insane. Just want to throw it out there. Just want to throw it out there. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan at all. I'm not a fan. And so I am looking for spring. You hear me? Listen, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this video if you feel necessary, if you feel a need, and please comment in the comment section. I would just love to hear from you. Let me know some feedback, what, where you are, what you're doing, who are you? I'd love to hear about it. Have a wonderful and blessed day, and I will see you next time. Bye. Excuse all of the rambling. Take care.